so close you could see my baby hairs and my imperfect. Oh, I need a wax. Back up. This is for your protection. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh, why do I embarrass myself like this? Hi guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be reading more scary stories, but before I do, I kind of wanted to address something. Yesterday I went on live and somebody asked me if I supported the LGBTQ plus community, and I don't know why I went so aggressive, and I was like, of course I do. But I just, I think I said it that way because I was like, what? Like, someone's questioning me? But obviously you guys don't know me in real life. I mean, this is real life, but I mean, like, you don't know me, you don't live with me, you didn't grow up with me, so you wouldn't know that unless you asked. But yes, I do support it. I've been a gay ally ever since I knew what gay meant. I think what's more important is I want to let you guys know that when you come to my TikTok, to my Instagram, to my YouTube, I want this to be a place where you can feel free to be yourself, where you can not be bullied for being gay, for being different, for I want my social media to be a place where you don't have to fight people that are ignorant or that judge you just by the color of your skin. Because first of all, Black Lives Matter. Gay people shouldn't even be fighting for rights. Like, what? We're all human beings. It's upsetting me, so I think I'm gonna leave it there, but I'm pretty sure you guys know where I'm coming from, you know where I stand, and if you do not agree, then please unfollow me. Latte, do you support the LGBTQ community? Me what? What did you say? I didn't hear you. By the way, guys, I totally need to get this redone because there was red and orange up here, and I got this when I was like 16. My mom gave me permission, so don't go doing crazy stuff. So yeah, this really needs to get retouched because, I mean, it's been a long time. Now let's get started on some scary story. Wait, did that note sound good, or was it was just me? It was just me, I know. Okay guys, so this first story is from Adriana Diaz. I just want to say that I know that this story is traumatizing to her, but I think she traumatized me by allowing me to read this. So let me just traumatize you guys. Hey girl, I love all your TikToks. I have so many scary stories of my childhood, but this one got to be the top one. And reason I'm still scared to death to look at the window at night. Okay, so I must have been like 7 at the time. My family used to sleep with my little brother and my mom in one room, and we used to live next to a church. So one night, I woke up to what sounded like to me like the Llorona. Crazy, right? So me, the kid I was trying to be nosy and look out the window. And I swear to God, I seen her swinging herself by the church. So me being scared, I put my head down. There I go again to check if I'm just imagining things. I kid you not, the shit was right outside my window. I scared so MF. Can't say that. I woke everyone up. I'm still traumatized till this day. And let me just say, I would have woken everybody up too if I hadn't died of a heart attack, because what the heck? And now that we're done with that traumatizing story, we're moving on to another traumatizing story. I kid you not. This is from Monica Rivera. Her stories, see, here's the thing. I stay up till like 3 in the morning finding your stories so that I can save them, do them the next day, and, you know, wake up and be ready to make a video. I should not be reading her stories at 3 in the morning because, like I said before, I can make a whole series out of her stories alone, period. Punto. So I lived in a haunted trailer park. I say haunted because everyone who lived there had an experience. In my case, we had multiple. Me and my older sister shared a room. She had a plasma ball which creeped me out. Anyway, it was snowing like crazy where I lived and we don't usually get a lot of snow. My cousin had came over to spend the night and hang out with my dad. The power had gone out, yet the plasma ball was still on and it was as if someone was touching it. With a little bit of light shining from the plasma ball, we saw a shadow in the hallway of a tall man. We got scared and sat in the living room with some candles lit. That sounds like a scary movie already. My cousin was smoking a cigarette at the front door, my dad at the back, when my dad said, "Joe, look, there's a woman walking in the snow. She's going that way." Mind you, it was about 11 p.m. My cousin looked outside and said, "All I see is a dog." We walked outside to the next day and there were human footprints that turned into a dog footprints, and my little brother found a weird ring in our yard with weird witchcraft type writings and symbols. Okay guys, my next story is also from Monica. I told you I can make a whole series, okay? One time in the same trailer park, I was staying with my cousin at her house, just a few houses down from mine. My older sister fell asleep and me and my cousin were bored. We started watching scary stories on YouTube like teens usually do. As we were in the middle of the video, the chair in the kitchen moved so that it was facing us instead of the table. We were like, "Oh, heck no," and ran to her room and left my older sister there sleeping. She was so mad the next day knowing she was sleeping with a ghost in the room with her. I was gonna say never leave a man behind, but if that was me and my sister was asleep, that is her fault for falling asleep. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I could have maybe screamed, but like, scream, immediately run out, immediately run the F out, okay? If my tongue is blue after this, you guys will know why. I'm obsessed with these. Oh my God. That little thingly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. Can we all just pretend that you didn't see that? Thank you. Okay guys, this next story is from Nicole Ferguson. When I was like 12, my family lived with some family friends. My dad's friend had a girlfriend and her kid and grandkid lived there. The grandkid was about 3. I was left to babysit him a lot. One day, I was home alone with him babysitting and I was in the kitchen making food for us. The basement door was in the kitchen and he walked over to it and pointed down the stairs. He asked, "Who's that?" So I walked to the edge only to see a pitch dark basement. I said, "Who's who?" He responded with a blank expression on his face. "You don't see all of them?" So I told him no and I shut the basement door. Throughout the night, he asked multiple times again who they were and why they were down there, but we were the only people in the house. It was so weird, something I'll never forget. Why did I what? But yeah, I don't know how she like kept her composure to like go and slam that door closed, because let me tell you, I would have already yanked that kid and we would have been outside the door waiting for parents, mom, dad to come home, because Okay guys, this next story is a long one, so sit back, relax, grab a snack, because this is a long one, but it's a good one. It scared the crap out of me. You guys need to hear this. So this next story is from by Lynn. I hope I'm saying that right. The username is Baby Doll. Okay, I have a scary story for you. A friend of mine lived in a large property up in the hills when I was 21. I would visit all the time and sleep over. Her family was beyond haunted by angry spirits. She had a medium come in to try to cleanse the house, and the medium told her that the previous owners were Satanists and that they did some type of ritual to open a portal and it was still opened. The medium even said that the energy was coming from the closet. What was weird was that my friend's mom said when they moved in, there was some weird altar in the closet that they had to clear out and paint over. Every time I stayed the night, terrifying things happened. Her front door would open and slam, and when I'd go check on it, it was already locked. The spirits were constantly making their presence known by making noises and making objects go missing or falling down. The spooky stuff always happened at 3 a.m. and once a bunch of us were staying the night and hanging out, and I saw a black figure appear. I jumped so high thinking I looked crazy, but turns out everyone else saw it too. That's the worst. Like, I know that when you see something that is scary, but to me the worst is when someone else saw it too, confirming that it was there, because when it's just you, you can basically lie to yourself and be like, it's nothing. But when the person next to you is saying the same thing, you guys haven't talked to each other about it, yeah, that's a big no for me. One of the guys jumped up, and before we knew it, the front door opened and slammed shut, and nothing was there. We were so scared, no one got any sleep that night. A week later, I was outside the house, sitting in my car smoking a cigarette, when I saw a black figure in the shape of a man appear in the rear view mirror of my car. I flinched, and when my eyes readjusted, the figure was on top of the trunk of my car, staring at me. I stopped visiting her after that, and her family sold the property. Okay guys, the next story, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, is from XX_Gacha_Mira? XX? Or is it Gacha Mira? I'm sorry. Here is the story. It was late at night and I like scary things, so I was watching Urban Legends. When I got done, I was getting goosebumps because of the 10-foot tall woman, and you need to put salt around your room when you fall asleep. But I was okay until the next morning. I see a woman that looked just like her moving her head back and forth, and I was going to get food. This was lunchtime, so I put salt around my room that night. So now every night I fall asleep, I put salt around my room and have really bad dreams about the woman. And now I'm afraid to go on the porch where I saw her. I'm 12, and the worst part is it happened right before my birthday on August 5th. Oh my God, please tell me you're okay, because I know this story is like from maybe a month ago. Okay, this next story is from Bella Porter. Every year, once a year at my old house, I could not sleep at all because I saw this black orb and would hear this super deep voice laugh and say stuff like, "Did you miss me?" It was always the exact same night in either October or September. It happened from when I was 6 to when I was 10. I used to always get really bad nightmares and sleepwalk and do stuff like sleep with my eyes open or sit up out of nowhere. I haven't had a nightmare since, and this was 5-ish years ago. I also lived in the same community when I was 3 and had a super bad nightmare, which I can still remember to this day. I'm 14 now, and I remember it in too much depth. I also could hear someone say my name way too much, and other people have stories too. P.S. The area is about 150 years old. I have a lot more and I would tell, but they're too long. Thanks, love your videos. This is my old house in the same bedroom. Everything bad happened in this one bedroom. That sounds so scary, especially that you had to like live with this for a few years. It wasn't just like a one-time thing. I'm so sorry that that happened to you. Hey guys, this next story is anonymous. When I was about 3 or 4, my mom and me would always go to my aunt's house. One night, we were leaving from the house and I turned my head and said, "Who's that boy?" I didn't know how to talk much for my age. My mother, shocked, said, "What boy?" And every time we went, I would always ask. Then my second aunt was showing me a photo album. I pointed at a very tall but young man and I said, "That's the boy." My mom was so scared, so was my aunt. My teacher would always tell my mom that I would sit in a corner and talk to the wall, or what she thought was the wall. I would also giggle at nothing or hug the air. I always see the same looking boy in my doorway. I will also feel someone cuddle me in the middle of the night. I later found out this was my cousin, Hudson. Died from an overdose the day after he met me. Oh my God, that's so sad. He was 18, still feel it, and it's been 7 years. Maybe he's like your guardian angel. I don't necessarily think that something's paranormal or all bad. I think maybe he's just there to protect you. It doesn't sound like you're scared of it either, so I'm hoping that's the vibe that you're trying to give off. I don't know, that's kind of sweet to me. I just got so freaking scared. So I record these videos with my phone and I'm like in the middle of reading this new story and someone calls me and I had a heart attack, and I tried to go back and see if it recorded any of it and it didn't. And the creepy thing was that I was going to say that I'm thinking this story, like for some reason I get alien vibes. Hopefully I record and it comes out and it's on my phone, because when I did it the first time, it's not there. Attempt number 2. The story is from Kiera Keene. Hey, I have a story if you're still doing them. When I was 5 or 6, I went to a resort and had to rent a cabin, so we got one. And it was the one on the end, so it was kind of creepy. We got settled in and went to bed that night. Then, in the middle of the night, I woke up to a weird feeling in my mouth. I reached for my water bottle, but I saw 2 greenish glowing hands reaching on the side of my bed. I flipped over immediately, but the feeling was still in my mouth, so I tried again to get my water bottle, but the hands launched towards me. I freaked out and started crying. My mom said it was just my imagination, but when the hands launched at me, they felt cold. Don't tell me you guys do not get alien vibes from this too, because what the heck? Like, and wait, question, what were you feeling in your mouth? Because you didn't say that you felt like dry mouth or that you were thirsty. You said you felt something. Like, what if you're being like, I don't know. Okay guys, so I did save this story for last for a reason. I read this last night and I was like, what the F? If you have advice, if you know what this is, if you can tell this person what to do, please help. Why does the car need to be so loud for? Anyway, if you know how to help this person, please do so. Unfortunately, I don't know. Like, obviously when let me read it first. Okay guys, this story is from Jade Elaine. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I just want to know if anyone knows what's going on or if they have an idea what my story could mean. This means a lot if you're reading it. Thank you. You're welcome, and I'm so sorry. My name is Jade, and this is one of my many creepy things I've experienced throughout my lifetime. This is by far one of the creepiest. Ever since I was little, I've had trouble and panic attacks at exactly 3 a.m. every night. It happens for a month or 2 each year, but this past year it's been happening frequently. Although 2 years ago when I'd wake up and have these panic attacks, I would start seeing a tall figure approaching me from my bedroom door. It had the body of a man with lots of scars and marks, but the head of a deformed rabbit mask of some sort, and it felt like he would hover above my chest and choke me. One night, I was on a call with my ex and it happened. I couldn't hear my ex talking to me. I only heard this demonic voice telling me to say its name, but I didn't know its name, and the creature choked me. I felt cold and terrified. When I came out of the episode, my ex asked if anyone was in the room with me. I said no, and he said, "I heard someone talking while you were choking." I asked what it sounded like, and all my ex said was, it didn't sound human. It was a low, raspy, and demonic voice, and it kept saying, "Say my name." I drew a picture 2 years ago from the memory of the figure I usually see. I decided to call it Nightmare Nobody. I just want to say that at first, I thought, okay, maybe this is sleep paralysis because I know what that feels like. But the fact that you were in the middle of a call and what you experienced, your ex on the phone also heard. Creepy. I also want to say something, but I want to say it without offending you. I think I'm going to take a risk and say it. And I hope that I don't upset you or offend you. And if it is upsetting, I apologize. But when I heard the story, first I was scared because obviously your ex validated what you heard as well. My second thought was, what if you were the one who said that? And like maybe this being somehow has control over you and you don't even know it. You know what I mean? I hope whoever's watching knows what I mean. I am not meaning to say this to upset you again, but I do really think that you need to get help because that doesn't sound good. So I don't know, because like, was he looking at you when this happened? Because if he wasn't, there is a possibility that maybe you were saying that and you don't even know it. I'm sorry. I'm scared and I feel bad for saying it, but I just want to be honest with you because that was like the second thought I had whenever I read your story. I hope somebody can help you. I really do. But I would just take that into consideration because I got creeped out thinking of the possibilities. And also, I just want you guys to know that I am an overthinker. Being an overthinker consists of me thinking of all the different possibilities this could be. So I just want to be honest with you, and I hope I do not offend you. And if I do, again, I am so sorry, but I just want to be honest with you. Okay guys, so again, if you know any way that you can help, please comment below some advice, something, because I wish I can help, and the only thing I could do is like maybe make it a little worse. Jesus Christ, I feel so bad. Anyways guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. Oh my god, I want to stop seeing poops because I totally made a bad decision there, okay? So I think now if you made it to the end of this video, we should put a ghost emoji. I hope the emoji is right here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I love you so much. Bye.